Hello everybody, my name is Gary Yao, and today I would like to explain you why housing is more affordable now actually than before. In fact, it's more affordable now than it was 10 years ago. And before we begin, I would like to invite you that if you like this information right here, just please subscribe, comment, share, and let me know what other topics you would like to learn. And if you want to get started into your first steps into home ownership, or you want to start building wealth through real estate without the need of saving money, then let me know. With that said, let's begin. Now, why is housing more affordable right now? At the beginning of this pandemic in March 19, the whole US shut down this economy, meaning that a lot of companies that were deemed non-essential suddenly closed its doors. Gyms closed their doors, restaurants, a lot of them were closed, movie theaters were closed, and even real estate agents, realty got closed as well. 40 million are unemployed right now. 45% of home sellers cancel their contracts to sell in April. Open houses were not even allowed. Even today, open houses are somewhat limited. Now, fast forward from April to August, and you see that home sales went up to 14.6% to be sold 465,000 house sold. That is a 4.6% jump year over date, which means from last August to this August, it went up 14.6%. And the median home price jumped up from $604,000 to $706,900. That is up 14.5% year over date. Well, actually, yeah. So in August, the data went up from the price of this to this, almost actually a little bit over $100,000. So what's going on? Why did that happen? Well, one of the reasons why the jump up in home prices is the interest rate. The Federal Reserve decided to lower the interest rate down to 0. Now, that doesn't mean that your mortgage interest rate is 0. The banks are the ones in charge of charging you that interest rate. How do they do it? Well, they take the money that the Federal Reserve loan to them at 0%. They in turn lend the money to you. They charge you for that money because they are in charge of packaging these loans, and they are in charge also to qualify you, making sure that you can pay this money back. So you were to get a loan of this amount, $706,900. Well, they have to hire the people to qualify you, making sure that you can pay this loan in the duration that the loan is, whether it's 15 years, 20, or 30 years. After they lend you the money, they in turn will take this loan package, and sell it in the secondary market to their biggest federal back mortgage companies, namely Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Excuse me if I don't know the exact term. I'm not thinking straight right now. So now let's talk about the topic at hand. So why housing is more affordable? Let's give an example. Which property would be more affordable? Exhibit A, a house at $650,000 at 2%, or a house in 2010 after recession at $500,000 for 5%. In fact, let's change it a little bit. Let's change this to 2.5%, which is the interest rate at the time of this recording. Which one would be more cheaper for you to buy? A property worth $650,000 at 2.5%, or a property worth $500,000 at 5% interest? The answer is the house that is worth more. In fact, if you were to buy a house at $650,000 at 2.5%, your mortgage is going to be $21,688. And the mortgage of a $500,000 loan at 5% is going to be $26,664. The difference, let's see. $25,688 minus $26,664, $96. Crazy, huh? You're buying a house worth $150,000 more 10 years later and still saving $96 per month, right? $96 per month times 360 months, which is 30 years. That's equal to $34,560. You'll be saving $34,560 if you were to buy a house today as opposed to buy a house 10 years ago, right when the recession was, right when you're going up in the recession. How is that possible? The magic word, interest rate. Now consider this. Knowing this information right now, you can see why there's a lot of people jumping into buying a house, because interest rates are not going to remain low forever. Now, we know that the Federal Reserve said that they will keep the interest rate until 2023. But anything can happen between here and there. If the economy were to open, let's say, next year after the vaccine is found out, like the research, the vaccine, and it's being spread out, and we are living a normal life, then yeah, the Federal Reserve can decide to jump up and increase the interest rate to 5%. Same thing of what happened in 2018, right? In which we have the last quarter, we have a mini correction on the pricing. Now, a lot of things can happen between here and there. But one thing that we know for sure is this is the best time to buy a house. It's more affordable to buy a house in today's market in this crazy environment and record high prices as opposed to what happened 10 years ago. Who knew? So with this information in mind, talk to your family, make a plan, talk to a professional, and see what is the best course of action for you. If you are a renter, consider perhaps buying your first single family house or something for you to build your nest egg. And if you already own a house, then consider perhaps buying into investment properties. There's a lot of different ways in which you can invest in real estate. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me. My team and I will give you an assessment of what you need to do and what is possible for yourself. If it works out, it works out. If it's not for you, hey, at least you have the information. My name is Gary Yao, and I will talk to you soon.